Welcome to Dreams Modified but Not Deterred. As you close out of the year 2023, I think going into 2024 is all about perspective. So many of us at the beginning of the year have made different New Year's resolution, or we wrote down different things that we wanted to accomplish, or if you're a visionary, then of course you had some things on your visionary board that you want to accomplish for 2023. Or maybe you went through some unseen trials and tribulations, or maybe you were able to accomplish some things that were not even intended to be accomplished. So as you close out of 2023, think about the dreams that you have, or those goals that you have and has not yet fulfilled. Also take a moment to take a pause and just be thankful for the fact that you made it this far in 2023. There are many of us where our lives were touched by maybe losing a loved one or losing several loved ones. There are many of us that has had to deal with maybe losing your job, right? Or maybe you have had some crisis within your family. Maybe you have had some disappointments. But throughout the course of this year 2023, if you take a pause for a second, I'm sure you can find that there is at least a few things that you can take a pause and say, Lord, I thank you. I thank you that I was able to accomplish that. I thank you that I was able to overcome that obstacle in my life. Take a pause and think about it. You just have to focus on the things that you were able to achieve, the things that you have been able to overcome. And just remember that, like, there are so many persons in this world that are doing better than you, or that is in a better position, there are so many people in this world that also is worse off than you, that would love to have those opportunities. Like, yes, your job is stressful, it's like you fear going in on a Monday morning. Well, listen, there is someone out there who has been applying for jobs and is not even getting an interview. Say, for example, you might have gone in for an interview and you were told you're overqualified. Don't regret the fact that you took those moments to go back to school or to gain some additional experience to make you marketable. Walk out of those interviews feeling empowered, knowing that, yes, I'm overqualified. But over only a number of years ago, you were underqualified with no experience. It's all about perspective. So don't give up in your dreams. Don't deter your dreams because of your circumstances. Don't put them away and forget about them. Look at your dreams as opportunities that can be modified or tweaked. So think about this scenario. You have planned for years about going to this wonderful location that you've never visited before. The same applies for if you decided you want to go back to school to achieve a certificate or a degree or an associate's or a master's, whatever you have started your journey for, right? You've never been on that journey before. You've spent the past few years saving, making sacrifices, because you know you're either going to fly to this particular destination or you're going to drive. So you had in mind that driving might be more economical, maybe because you enjoy driving, or maybe you have a large family and it's more of a financial decision that's beneficial to the family to take a long drive. You get your car all packed up with all the things that you need for your trip. You're going away for a week. You have your snack for your kids. You have your luggage with all your clothes and makeup or whatever it is that you find to be of necessity on your trip for you and your family. You have your GPS on. Your car is filled with gas, and you put in your final destination within your GPS. On your way to your final destination, whether it be within 15 minutes or whether it be halfway to your destination or whether it be only a few miles from your destination, you come up on construction. Two scenarios. Before you come up on your construction, or a construction, so to speak, your GPS tells you recalculating. It warns you that there is construction or obstruction or delay ahead. What choice do you make? Do you decide to continue on your journey with the hope that by the time you get to the construction or the obstruction, it would have already been cleared? Or do you follow your GPS and take the alternative route that it is giving you? We're all individual and we all have different answers to this particular question. Some of you will continue on that path, hoping that the construction ahead or the obstruction ahead would be cleared by the time you get there. We all have different levels of determination. Some of us might be frustrated with the journey getting to that obstruction or that construction, already anticipating the difficulties that you may encounter stuck in traffic, bumper to bumper traffic, people being so impatient with the process of getting through that obstruction. Or you may be that person who says, as long as I get to my final destination, what's the big deal? I'll just suffer and suck it up. Or you may be that person who decides, you know what? I don't want to take the alternative route. Neither do I want to anticipate the possibility of getting to that construction or obstruction is not cleared. So I am going to turn back to my initial point that I start out, and I'm going to take a pause and think about when I want to go back on this journey. And then there are others that think somewhat like me, or just in general think about the fact that this GPS is telling you there's an alternative route. Taking that alternative route means that you will more likely see a scenery that you've never seen before. And for many of us who have taken that alternative route, when you're traveling on the highway, you pass through breathtaking communities where you are like in awe because of either the house you've seen or the people that you pass along the way, or just the scenery, the location, the vegetation. And you are in awe that you forgot that you were on that path of possible obstruction. Or in your mind on that alternative route, you're thinking, wow, I can only imagine how that path is going. This is exciting. I have an option. Yes, it does take you a longer time to arrive at your destination, or it might not. So when we think of this particular scenario and you think about your life in general, right? How many times have we reacted in different ways that might have prevented us from getting to that final destination because of our perspective in the moment when those construction or obstruction occurs? If you think about your career, maybe you started out wanting to become a nurse. You love the healthcare facility. You like the healthcare facility, or you like the healthcare sector, or maybe you enjoy the fashion industry. Whatever it is, you might have started out on that path that's what you wanted to do, but because of life's changes, like maybe you became a single parent, maybe you had sickness in your family where you had to spend some money or something. Maybe there's something else you wanted to do, so you couldn't go to nursing school anymore because it's so demanding. But what about the fact that you can choose to go into the administrative role? You can choose to become a healthcare manager, whether it be you getting a bachelor's in healthcare management, or you choose to become an X-ray tech, something else that still gives you the opportunity to serve people, right? Because many times it's a matter of having that passion to serve, to give back to your community. And healthcare needs a lot of compassion. If you are in the fashion industry, same thing. Maybe you wanted to become a designer and maybe that's not feasible. Can you take on a different path? So as you close out of 2023, think about the things that you hope for, the things that you would like to do, but also think about how you can modify those goals or how you can reinvent yourself. Because the truth is, your dreams does not have to be deterred, they can be modified. So as you close out of 2023, I hope that your perspective, I hope that the limitations that you set on yourself, I hope that the roadblocks and obstruction that you anticipate will not be completely shattered by the opportunity for an alternative an alternative route. So close out 2023 knowing that your dreams are modified, they do not have to be deterred.